operation is moving afloat cohesively. I can tell y'all that with pride. Oh my gosh. I am so happy to see another episode, to see another day. I'm blessed and highly favored, as they might say. Blessed and highly favored. You know, that's the type of time I'm on, you know, because I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh my gosh. I couldn't ask for a better day. Now, granted, it got a little stressful, or it is still a little stressful. You know, listen, sometimes you're going to let me fix this mic. Sometimes you're going to wish you had like more opportunities, right? But what you don't take into consideration is the infrastructure it takes to support all of those opportunities, right? So I've been in the process currently of, like you guys very well know, just trying to get life together financially. So in this entire process of me trying to get life together, guess what? Sometimes you might be a little overwhelmed. You might just be a little overwhelmed in the process, but it's all right. You got to keep moving and you keep going, because guess what? When it happens, you need to be ready. When that opportunity knocks, you can't be sitting out here being afraid. I don't know, is this the right time? I don't know, should I say the right thing? Y'all know I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid to crowdsource, or as my wife calls it, she's like, it sounds like you're begging. But I know what I'm doing. This is called crowdfunding. Now, the purpose of it might seem a little ridiculous because you're like, well, it's for some shoes, but it might be something bigger. I see the bigger picture. I'm telling y'all, I see the bigger picture. Let me get my phone real quick to make sure I can check the chat. Make sure everything's moving right. I need to make sure that the entire operation is moving cohesively. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened to Virgil? Oh, this is great. This is great. This is excellent. This is excellent. I couldn't ask for a better operation, you guys. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. The entire operation. Oh, yeah. See, I'm getting a lot of echo, but it's all right. We're going to work on that. I know you guys are hearing a lot of the room at the moment. Oh, this is great. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. You guys, I really got my dream setup going. This is amazing. This is such a good feeling. You guys don't understand. For those who are like tuning in, understand this entire show has been a process. Things have not worked. Some things have worked. Some people tune in, some people don't. But I'm telling you, I see the bigger picture. Last night, after I left the show, I went home and I was talking to my wife and I said, I don't get it. Like, I've set up the perfect operation. I set up the perfect flow of a show. I've done everything perfect, but I don't understand why I'm still having kinks in the show. So her and I, essentially what I ended up doing was explaining every step of the process. Now, sometimes you guys may think I just hop on this camera and just start recording, but oh my gosh, there's so much more that goes into it. It can be setting up camera 1, setting up camera 2, making sure the mic from over here gets to over there, then making sure the mic from here gets into the camera, making sure, like I said, that I have a cohesive operation. That's a really big deal to me. So, luckily, this past yesterday, I explained every single step by drawing each step on Post-it notes. Now, it may have looked redundant at the moment. I don't like this mic like this at all. It may have looked redundant at the moment. However, I was able to find little kinks in my operation. So sometimes you learn more by just explaining to people. And that's something that I really do live by. I live by that, man. Which it's honestly the main reason why I sit here and I come here and I talk to you guys, because you guys very well know that I'm not doing this show necessarily not to just do a show. I'm doing this show because I want to hold myself accountable. Holding myself accountable is something that I really do live by. Yes, I may have messed up on some appointments and learning and scheduling, things of that nature, but holding myself accountable is just what I live by. Not just hold myself accountable by the mistakes I made, but even the good things. Things that I have to accept that have taken time, they've taken a process. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check this out. I realize I can't look at the live from my computer because the delay has gotten so bad, but it's okay. I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm not gonna let it stop this whole operation. But first things first, if you're just now here tuning in with the Mohammed Cook Show, I'm your host, Mohammed Cook. I love to talk to my audience about the things in my life, but I like to do it in a show format so we can have a conversation. But before we get into any type of conversation about anything, the first thing I want to talk to y'all. All right. So let me know in the comment section. If you're just now tuning in, let me know in the comment section how you're feeling from 1 to 10. 10 means you're feeling on top of the world. Nothing can stop you. Listen, you're like Michael Jackson's Thriller album, right? And number 1 is like Thelonious London's album Vibes. It's a 1. It's the worst. Even when you're executive produced by Kanye West, it's still atrocious. Man, that really did affect me though. Hearing that album, I just, it's nasty. Anyways, so hopefully, like I said, go ahead, throw that in the comment section. Give me a 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, so we can go ahead and get this conversation started. But before I get everything started, you guys know I'm so good at this. I'm so good at just dragging things on. Like, this is just like my thing. Like, dragging on a topic is, I don't know. Why do I like this? This room is hot as shit. It's probably 80 something degrees in this place. And I got these hot ass lights on me. I got this camera on me. I got all this tech on me. And for some reason, I'm like, I got to do my show to talk to like 5 people. But in my head, it's 500. And then one day it's going to be 5,000. I see the bigger picture. But enough about me. Enough about me talking about what's going on. Oh, you about to eat some crab? Okay, 11, 10, 10. I like that. I like that. That's what I like to see. Shit. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get right to it. As you guys, I know I'm in a loop. You guys know I'm trying to find a job, make more money, yada, yada. But not find a job, but finding more jobs to make everything come together, make my life come together. So yesterday, I had this genius idea of accountability by making sure that I start designing content that's around me trying to reach the next steps in my life. Now, if you very well know, Phobal was spearheading this operation months ago. I can arguably say probably since I first started the show, but I just didn't know how to cohesively do it because I couldn't not record the show once I was done. And that's a big deal to me. So I had to make sure that if I'm going to create some type of operation, it has to be cohesive. But now I have all the technology in order to make it happen. So in this entire process, I said, I need to redesign the show. I need to make it, I want the people to be with me while I'm trying to find gigs. Fuck popping up when everything's all together. Like I said yesterday, I want to show y'all the process. Now, one of the biggest things that we talked about earlier in the year during Ramadan, you guys realize I was wearing a suit every day. This was actually going into the birth of my son. I wanted to wear a suit because I thought that a suit might just be the reason why things are connecting. Maybe it's the way I dress. And you know what? Especially today. Today's a bad example. Today's laundry day. That's where I'm headed right after this. I thought that maybe it's not what I'm saying and maybe it's not my work, but maybe it's my presentation. And you know what? I'm gonna give that some truth. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that my looks have nothing to do with it. But then I realized maybe I can go about my resume in a different way. But then in this entire process, some news popped up on my timeline that I thought to be quite interesting. Are you guys familiar with this entire Home Depot Bay story? You guys familiar with that? Home Depot Bay? For those who don't know, let me go ahead. I'm going to zoom this. I'm going to actually put this on the screen so we can read this together. Oh, shoot. I did not turn the screen. I can't read it. Hold on. Give me a sec, y'all. I got to turn my screen. This is why you need a production team, baby. You need a production team. All right. There we go. So now I can see everything. There's a woman by the name of Ariana Josephine, better known as like Home Depot Bay. She has actually been known over the past couple weeks because you know what? People say that she's a little too pretty to be working at Home Depot. And I said, here I am busting my ass. I think I'm a credible young man. Here I am. But now people online are saying that, I don't know, pretty women can't work at Home Depot. I did not really understand the concept. Now, on one side of this, I said, yo, if this is Home Depot's marketing ploy to increase their employment numbers from, I don't know, because I can't imagine Home Depot having a large population of women working in a construction store only due to the fact, this is not me trying to, I promise I'm not getting Kevin Samuels today, but only just due to the amount of labor and work and heaviness and just grit it takes to work in that store, especially in like the lumber department and the things that maybe the plumbing department, because it's just a lot of construction gigs. I'm not saying they don't have the mental capacity, but I can say I don't know if they have the physical strength to make it happen. So I said, this would be Home Depot's greatest marketing strategy by having this woman, like I said before, Ariana Josephine, pose as a Home Depot employee. I think the effect of this might cause some people to probably consider being hired at Home Depot. Ironically, in this entire process, one of my homies today, who works with me at Citron, he used to work at Home Depot, and he said, bro, it's a tough job. He said it's more than just being forklift certified. Here, let me zoom in. I want to zoom in on some things because I already got the screens ready. Here we go. Listen, I want to actually start reading into. He said, fuck that girl, go full Samuels. I was like, and then Fobo, he said it right here. He said, everyone freaked out over that girl, and they really don't know any attractive women in her life. But let's be honest here. That entire conversation caused people, celebrities of her liking, such as Shaquille O'Neal, who's better known as the DM diver. Now, this is just what I know within the industry. I'm not an industry person, but these are some of the things I've heard. They don't leave your girl around Shaquille O'Neal. He for sure, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck if it's your wife, your girlfriend. He gonna shoot his shot. But he actually took that upon himself and said, you know what? I'ma slide in her DMs. Now, he took the approach, the typical nigga approach, like, I'm just here to provide some positivity. I just want to be here for you. Ignore the comment section, yada, yada. You know, a little slide dog. He was slide with it. In more particular, that made him even more slide in the entire operation. He was like, you know, I know your boyfriends don't appreciate this. My nigga, that is the oldest trick in the book, saying, oh, your boyfriend don't know about this. Like, my God, I was using that. And it made me wonder. I was like, do niggas game ever really grow up? Because I swear, I used those lines back when I was like in high school, bro. Like, hey, I know your boyfriend, listen, paying attention to you. I know your boyfriend. Yo, it's in a way, it's dry snitching, bro. It's dry snitching. But whatever, you got to get it how you can. And that's the way he got it, you know? Shaquille O'Neal's been a celebrity, what we can arguably say, for the greater half of 2 decades. So if that's how he's been making it work, fuck it, rock out, you know? But I want to actually show you guys a picture, and we're actually going to go to her Instagram. I couldn't help it. I had to dig a little bit deeper into this entire this story. Now, is this story really worth anything? I mean, not gonna say it's worth anything. Is this story worth a conversation? I think so. Because ever since the story, I kid you not, every time I go to Home Depot, I'm going to be paying attention to the women who work there. Because if this was part of their marketing strategy, if Home Depot had a marketing strategy to get more women to work at this store, I kid you not, it worked. It worked. Black Twitter was up in an uproar about this conversation. Let me go ahead, I'm going to throw it on the screen real quick, you guys. Hold on, give me a sec. Bam. So this is her. This is, like I said, I'm going to make sure I say her name. Ariana Josephine, better known as the Home Depot girl, has been gaining traction on Twitter for allegedly being too pretty. Viral sensation has been been praised by her faith, fashion sense, and studying at the University of Houston. Home Depot girl, better known as Ariana Josephine, referred to works for the huge chain The Right Money, as she's mentioned in one of her tweets. I don't know what the hell that last sentence meant, but nonetheless, this is what she looked like. This is what she looks like. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and have a conversation about is she pretty or not. I would say she is an attractive young lady. I'm not going to sit here and knock that. But the conversation that I've even heard, I can't even take credit for this take because I actually heard another podcaster bring this up. But is it crazy that we're having a conversation about somebody being too pretty for an operation? I feel like Twitter does a really good job about every 5-6 months, and they're just amazed that an attractive woman has a job. Are we so captivated by like BBL culture and with celebrity sensations and things of that nature that we start to think that there's a lot of women who bust their ass on a daily basis working normal jobs? Because I had this conversation with DDS and I was like, the BBL population is not it's not like they just said. I had an episode about this, the man BBL. There's only about 1 million people. There's been about 1 million men who have got BBLs over this past year. Now, some people can say 1 million people is a lot, and that was the operation. That was the angle I took. But then I had to put things in perspective. I was like, there's 323 million people in the United States. That's less than 1%. That's like 0.0005% of the population. But for some reason, that BBL attractiveness, that conversation dominates social media. I want to go ahead. I want to read some of this right here. I'm going to hop in this comment section. Let me see. I don't think that I'm going to read what Hannah says. I don't think this has anything to do with. With more people to work at Home Depot. Listen. If I was on the marketing team, I think this is the most organic way to go about it. Like, to be completely honest with you, I think that personally, if I was trying to increase the retention of my employment, or the I don't know, I would say the female employment at my spot, I would go about it in this way. Black people are notorious for bigging shit up. They will big shit up that does not need to be big up. But more importantly, black people will damn near give you free. They'll give you free marketing. I'm doing it right now. I'm sitting here talking shit like I'm not doing it. So to be honest with you, sometimes you guys gotta understand, like I said, you guys know I work in the marketing firm, yada yada, but sometimes the goal of marketing is not necessarily to automatically generate more sales. You can have clients that just want to generate more employment. They don't always are not trying to reach that bottom line. Sometimes their bottom line is so thick, they just want to keep their perception clean. Sometimes they want to keep people hiring. So they will sometimes go about and creating a marketing campaign behind just getting people to sign up and enroll, whatever. Not enroll. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Damn, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. Foble said right here, he said, OnlyFans has a lot of men's perception of women all fucked up. Yeah, that's so true. I'm gonna tag that. You know, anytime Foble hop in here, y'all know I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna pin that. But it's really true, because that's not the greater majority of people. Not everybody you meet has an OnlyFans. Not every chick has an OnlyFans. There's a lot of women out here in school, out here trying to get it by any means necessary, hustling just like the niggas. But in our conversations, it's either she's an OnlyFans girl, or she out here just trying to find a, like, I was trying to do the adjacent of it, but I messed up. I was like, she's either an OnlyFans girl or she's out here scamming. Like, there is no middle. There is no middle in this conversation. But I'm starting to realize in stories like this, I'm like, yo, there might just be a healthy middle. But like I said, this is just my take on it. This is my take. They said, she said, yeah, I'm almost positive she tweeted that about herself. She could have, you know, ain't nothing against it. I ain't knocking it. Here, let me increase my screen a little bit, y'all. Let me get this shit all cracking. Let me get this shit cracking, y'all. This is what we gonna do. We gonna fix that a little bit. I just looked down at my phone and I realized I can fix some things. But yeah, you guys understand this right here, the Home Depot bay. I'm gonna go ahead and take, listen, y'all know, I be fed in, right? So I have to look at somebody's Instagram. I can get a good read off of somebody's personality based off of what their posts, because I spend too much time on social media. So I saved you guys all the hard work, and we just gonna, like, look. And if you look at it, and I don't know, if I was working for a marketing company and I had to find, like, if I had to put the tin foil on my head, you guys, yo, this is crazy. Last night she was at 100,000 followers. Today she's at 150,000 followers. That's crazy. And I'm sorry, I hate to have that conversation like, oh, what do followers mean? Yo, I work for a marketing company. Marketing is my entire life. Followers mean something. It's all about what you do with the followers, right? You can turn it into that next step. But like, look at it. Her first post, her most recent post, you guys, if you go to it, oh my God, I'm not trying to log in. It was literally her reading a Bible scripture. And I was like, yo, if I worked for a marketing company right now, this is perfect. This is grade A content. This is grade A content. Nothing crazy. No BBL works. It's like, she is the most normal looking chick I have ever, well, by today's standard, she's a very normal looking woman. And I was like, yo, if I was on the marketing team at Home Depot trying to increase my overall female or women enrollment, whatever, yo, I'm telling you, this is how I would go about it. This is creative. This is different. This is smart. So I thought that this whole conversation was really just based off of another marketing strategy. I don't think this organically fell into place. Now, it could have. I don't know. Listen, I never spoke to the young lady. I don't know. But I look at this. You don't even see a club photo, which is crazy to me. Is not one. Show more posts. Let me see. Are they gonna let me? Or are they gonna make me sign in? I'm not trying to sign in. It's outfits, fitness, and literally, bro. What? You see what I'm saying? I want to go ahead, like I'm saying. What do you guys? What you guys? I'm gonna talk to you guys for a bit. Oh, Raina, what you? I want to see what Raina has to say. I can't. My mouse is acting up. Sorry about that. Let me see. Y'all gassed her up way too much. I mean, it maybe. Maybe we did, but I was just like, I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose for the gas. You guys think, now my question for you, do you guys think she's going to stay at the job? Do y'all think she's honestly going to stay at this job? Honestly speaking. Do you think that she is going to stay at Home Depot working? Because there have been some tweets, and I believe she talked about in the video, she said she's going to stay at her job, she's going to stay in school. But I was like, yo, 150,000 followers in less than 72 hours? I don't know. Is she going to dive in on content 1,000%? I mean, you have a great pool of people. How I look at it is, if you got 150,000 followers and you drop a product and 1% of them purchase, that's 1,000 units. I'm not saying you got to drop the next piece of art or something crazy that the world has never seen. But what I can say you can do, potentially you can drop a t-shirt talking like, I'm normal. I would, if I was her right now, listen, she literally said she had to quit. That's crazy. That's wild. Because when I had updates on this story, which was about 2 days ago, she was like, 2 days ago, she was literally saying that the complete opposite. She's like, no, I plan on still staying completely true to this I plan on staying true and normal, yada, yada. But if I was her right now, I would create an entire campaign around just normal women. Like, I would just say, what happened to the normal girl? It was very similar to, there's an aesthetic that came around a couple years ago. I'm not sure if you guys heard the phrase, but it was better known as clean aesthetic, right? So it was not really a big deal. It really wasn't interesting to call that aesthetic clean aesthetic. We can just Google it. Fuck all this shit. But it was essentially girls wearing expensive as leggings and like monotone, but just colors of nature. It really wasn't a big deal, but people categorized it by calling it the clean aesthetic. Now, one of my friends, Kenza, who was actually on, if you know, friend of the show, I can say that, who was essentially talking about that in my show. She was covering how clean aesthetic, she said it felt like it had some racial undertones to it. Now, I don't want to take 100% because I'm going to butcher it 1,000%, but it was just a series of outfits. It was just a series of things that a lot of white girls were rocking, and all of a sudden it's considered clean. Now, mind you, we've been rocking these outfits forever, but the whole idea of referring to it as clean, I can't find it right now. I wouldn't know what page to go to make it happen, so just ignore that. We just gonna look at me for a second. But I just thought personally, I just thought that this would be a good transition for her, for Jocelyn or whatever her name is. I think she should take that next step. I think that she should take the next step of her career, her social media, by leaning heavy on just normal girl shit. That's where I would go with it. I would drop like a really thick, heavy cropped hoodie by the winter. I think for the summertime, I'll probably drop like, not a t-shirt, but maybe like a tank, I don't know, maybe a tank top. I don't know, just things like loungewear. I would design my entire brand around loungewear. It's the same thing that Matt brand was originally designed on. Not so much now. They've kind of gone really gaudy lately. If you guys know who Matt brand is, another brand out of LA, started by Brianna Wilson. Really cool business. I love her business model. I love her business. I've been following her for years. I don't follow her on Instagram, but I've been keeping up with Matt brand for years, and I just love the brand because at once it was like mad simple and mad relatable. But I think with time, it kind of, she kind of got creative. She took the business in a different direction, and there's nothing wrong with it. But that I would essentially design my entire business moving forward around just doing normal shit. Oh, you went to high school with Kenza's sister? That's crazy. What the fuck? It's a small world. Small world. It's a small world. We ain't talking about Disney at all. Like it's wild. It's wild. But anyways, I just thought, like I said, I dragged the story on. I don't need to drag it so long. And I really, like I said, told you guys today I have a really short episode because I have to go do laundry and I have a couple videos I have to finish rendering for some clients. But I just thought that was an interesting conversation. At the same time, I'm seeing this post and also right around the same time, and I want to talk about this, but I don't have enough knowledge on it yet. I can't say I'm well informed on it, but Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union was recently in an interview, and Dwayne Wade gave his side of the 50-50 kind of conversation. I don't have the exact quote, so I don't want to say anything quite yet. I think once I have more information on that, I want to come back to it. But just damn, it really just shows you really do need sometimes you really do need help moving up the social class, and a wife can really make that happen, if only just emotional contribution, but even financial contribution. My God, because when she talks about why she does it, it was more than just like an ego conversation. It felt like more of a just wanting to contribute to the bigger picture of life and them moving up. And mind you, these are two millionaires. These are two millionaires having this conversation. This is not like a situation where, you know, me and my wife, where we trying to move up the ladder and we low class. So I'm trying to financially. So I just thought it was really interesting that even two millionaires realize the value in putting your money together, or at least two people bringing in money, because I don't know how these conversations are commonly just forgotten and they're skipped. I will never understand that. We yell all day for, you know, a man blowing his bag on a woman. But my God, the Gabrielle Union, I feel like every time Gabrielle Union or Dwayne Wade is in the news, we're always talking about their kid. See how I did that? Their kid. We're always talking about their kid. But we never really discuss the dynamic of the relationship. And I think they have a pretty healthy relationship that I think a lot of people should follow. But that's just me. I don't really know. I don't even really know. I just know that everybody wants to talk about the kid. But yeah, which takes me on to my next point. As we talk about work and contribution to a house, I took the liberty of finding some people that I can view as a potential client. And I'm going to use this part of the show to kind of talk about a strategy I would go about reaching out to them, right? So, how do I go about this? I'm going to see who's all here in the live. You know, I want to have I'll make a nice, honest breeze on the entire thing. All right, just the fam. We good. Everybody talks about what it takes to get a job. Everybody talks about entrepreneurship, but nobody really talks about what it takes to make it happen. So, like I'm saying, if you're just now tuned in, which there's only one person, I have now decided to be public about me trying to find more clients. But I've realized the door-to-door strategy isn't so healthy. Relationships, of course, word of mouth is the highest level, but I feel that there is some things that I can be doing digitally in order to market myself. Now, what I'm currently doing at this very moment is I'm working on my website. Now, my website is going to have me as a videographer, independent marketer. I'm getting rid of the entire Gusto Cone moniker and just leaning heavy into the Mohammed Cook. But in that process, I want to look on Indeed and try to figure out who are the people that are looking for part-time jobs. Now, part-time is important to me for one reason and one reason only. If they're looking for somebody part-time, they'll accept somebody like me. They'll accept somebody who's an independent contractor. That means they don't want the overhead of a full-time employee. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this approach on some days. On other days, we're going to apply for jobs that are way out of my league, way out of my tax bracket. So we're going to do both. So here's one that I thought that was kind of interesting. I went on Indeed. Oh, I forgot. I don't have the screen up. Let me see. No, that's the current community district. That's not it. Here we go. Hold on. Give me a sec. So this I found to be quite interesting. I was on Indeed and I found Program Coordinator 2. It's a temp sports and adaptive programming. Now, mind you, you guys know this about me. First thing, skills, marketing. I got that. Education, high school above, got that. Salary is kind of low, but I can make it work according to whatever, like I said, however we can make it work. I would try to work my contract in place. It's temporarily weekend availability. So this is ideally, the pay is low, but this would be my type of ideal client. Now, how would I go about marketing content for them? I think I would lean heavy. Now, mind you, I don't know a lot about it. This is a very broad term. I was under the impression that this was an operation that was like a basketball court or after school program. Let me see. There it goes. Parks and Rec, sports and adaptive. That, mind you, like I said, I felt like this was like an independent kind of what do you call this? Like an independent type of company that has like a gym rec kind of situation. But I want to tell you guys how I would go about marketing their content. How I would personally go about it is I would take the same camera I'm sitting here recording this content on, and I would make short form videos, slow motion, sped up, and I would just literally do one shot type of work. So it can be a situation, let's say it's kids hooping, right? I would come in with forms, release forms, and I would have all the parents, or if there are parents or adults around, go ahead, sign off on me getting a slow motion shot of their kid or of them. I would use that, put the logo on it. I would have the logo essentially on every single video, and I would put each video out on a daily basis. But here's the sweet part about this. Every time I put a video out, I would find nearby athletes athletes at other high schools, and I would be sure to tag them in the video. I would try to get other people to practice at this sports center. That's how I would go about it. But I would go to, so let's say Garces. I would go to Garces's athletics page, and I will find the highlights they have there. From those highlights, what I would do is start tagging those athletes on my page, trying to get their attention, engage with them, have a conversation, just try to get them to come hoop at the school. Because I remember when the NCAA did not let you use your name for likeness, but high school students don't have that issue. So that would be my way of trying to get more youth into whatever facility, get them into their facilities. And to be completely honest with you, let's click this button real quick. I don't even know what happened. I didn't even hit the apply now. I want to see where it takes me. I'm always really curious to see where the whole conversation takes me. I can't read from this far. Maybe you guys can see better than me. Let me see. Hourly, adult programs, youth. This is literally what I described tenfold. Now, I don't know how real of a job this is, and this is the one thing that you got to be conscious of, especially when it comes to like people in the employment sector of businesses, because a lot of this shit be fake. A lot of this shit be scam. A lot of people be leaning heavy on the whole idea of the world is just being, everyone's a little desperate at the moment. So you got to be real conscious of that. But see, and now that I hit their website, I'm skeptical. You guys are watching me become skeptical of the entire animal control technician, things like this. I don't even know what type of operation. I thought this was for the city of Bakersfield. That's what I thought, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure. I don't know where they're going with this. So you know what? We're going to ignore them. But it's all right. You all know me. I am nonetheless. I have another one ready. So this is actually a full-time position. They'll probably give you about $40,000 a year. This is at CSUB. Now, CSUB is kind of is kind of a layup of a position for somebody like me for one reason and one reason only, because I went there. As an alum of the school, I think it's pretty easy for me to try to create the content, or me try to set the tone of the content that they want to come out of the school, because I understand the voice. I spent far too many years there. So, I don't have a lot of insight on the job, so I'm going to actually come back. We're going to pick this one up tomorrow once I have a little bit more insight. Yeah. This is essentially, we're going to be doing this every Tuesday, y'all. Every Tuesday, we're going to be having a discussion about, or maybe it should be Wednesday. I don't know, because Thursday is a show. Friday I'm off. Saturday is the car show. So maybe it'll be Wednesdays, and I just jumped the gun on this. But every single week, we're going to be doing an application or two together, because I want people to see every step of the way. I want people to see that, getting a job is not as easy as just going online and filling something out. And mind you, I'm not even trying to find a job. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find more clients. And that's something that's even harder to do. For any of those who are like independent contractors, trying to find your first clients is very hard to do. Not unless you fell into a situation of relationships or things of that nature. It's really hard. So I'm going to be going through every single step of the way, every single step of this process, and I'm going to be doing it publicly. If you rock with it, cool. If you don't, it's still cool. Because I know a lot of you right now in this live, some of you guys have well-paid jobs, some of you don't, but you're trying to figure out, when do I make that next step? How do I make that next step? And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to make the next step, but if I can make it publicly happen for you, if we can do this shit together, I think we'll feel a lot more comfortable in the process. Like I said, don't forget Thrifting with Fobo on Saturday. That's some good content right there. Oh, of course. I did not forget that. I already put that in my calendar. I need to talk to him what time we're going to start, though. I do need to talk to Fobo about that, because I would prefer to start in the morning. That would be ideal, because I think I'm just going to clean the church on Friday, so I don't have to worry about stopping halfway through or going really late at night. I do know that Saturday, Saturday evening, we're going to have episode 2 of Car Scene Conversation. I'm pretty excited about that. I got somebody who I think is going to be ready for that. I got 2 people coming up, but the issue with that, I'm going to run that through the Cone.firm page. So be sure to tune in on my other pages for all my thrift stuff, my clothes, Cone.firm, things of that nature. And also this Saturday, I will be recording, or it's Sunday morning. I don't know yet. I have to figure out how I'm going to shoot it. It probably have to be Sunday morning. I'm going to be recording the entire campaign behind the entire accountability, like the dollar a mile run. I did my first 2. I recorded the first commercial, but once again, I forgot to fucking post. I don't know what's going on. You guys, ever since I've been really serious about my working out, you don't have time to post. Like, I be making the video, and then I'm so busy I'm so busy trying to keep pace that I forget that, hey, you know what? You should post this later on. But by the time I get back home, I got to make breakfast, get ready, and I'm on my way to Garza. So I'm like, yo, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to post it later on tonight. I'm not necessarily, I know it's not going to get the engagement I want because I'm posting a morning video at night, but whatever. It is what it is. I want to tell the story. Before I take off today, especially if we have any new people here in the live, let me know if I want to take one random question. One random question. Talk to me. I need one random question. And then as soon as we get done with the random question, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take off. Y'all don't have a random question. I will Google some questions. Listen, we will Google a question if y'all ain't got it. But any random question, Dealey, I see you in here. Don't you take off yet, brother. Shoot me with a random question, Dealey. I want to talk. I want to talk to you guys. I want to have a conversation. And I feel like people who know me can ask me harder questions. And I don't know. I want people who know me to really sit here and holler at your boy for a sec, because this can give me a chance to figure out what the things y'all really want to talk about. What do y'all really want to know? And once again, I want to always say thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Justin. My God, I appreciate you guys, because without y'all, I for real be sitting here talking to myself. I mean, I still be doing it. It's not going to faze me, but oh my gosh, talking, at least it feels like I'm talking to somebody. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel pretty good. In a little 30 minutes y'all here, you know, it gives me a sense of purpose. It really does. It really does. If anybody's ever tried to start a show, oh my gosh, especially when it's not directly based on a theme, yikes, it's really tough. My show doesn't really have a theme per se, and I be honest with you, that is my biggest downfall. Me not having a theme that I cover on a daily basis is really gonna fuck with me. And I think I'm going to have to lean heavier in finances, because that's what I love to talk about. But I don't know. Because I peeped that with the Cone.firm page. As soon as I dropped that first car episode, shit went bonkers, bro. Like, the clip went out. It was wild. It was fucking gas. But I realized with this show is just me ranting. But honestly, it's my therapy. So I got to remind myself, this is a lost leader, and this is for your therapy. This is why we do this. Just to simply talk to the people. I think if I focus on being on time at the same time every day, we might have some progress. But let's go ahead. Like I said, have you ever made an adjustment to your wardrobe after this Ramadan suit thing? Not really. I just like to wear my Dickies suit, which is like a Dickies button-up kind of shirt thing, and then like my Dickies pants. It's something that's really easy for me to put on, and I can hit the top button, and it gives me a chance to be like semi-professional, and then I can loosen it one button, and it gives me casual like a polo, and hit the last button, I'm on sexy. I can take off all the buttons, I'm on that type of time. I'm on nigga time. So for me, I haven't really made a lot of adjustments to change the wardrobe altogether, because I really do like the Dickies suit. Like I tell you guys all the time, my dream partnership is like with Dickies. I would love to have like a Dickies Mohammed like accountability campaign kind of thing collection. That would be really cool, because I just love what they represent. It's like affordable. It literally represents the working man. And that makes me feel good. And that's what I feel like. Like, I don't do it in a construction, like in a blue collar sense, but y'all know I be busting my ass. I don't miss a day. I do not miss a day at all. But anyways, we're going to be leaning heavier. I'm going to find a topic for the show by episode 50. We're on episode 42. So I'm giving myself a couple more months. I told myself the first 50 episodes, and I think it's a little bit more than that, I'm going to be easy on myself. That's why times be off. That's why the show be off. That's why the clips be coming out sometimes. Sometimes they don't. It's all that because I'm trying to figure out a smooth flow for a show. But once I'm able to dial in on like my topics, I think I can move in the right direction. I feel like I can really have a conversation about, I can really have just a cohesive show. And I really am leaning on money and savings. Like that's, Oh gosh, the Mohammed Cook Show, all about money. And then I guess I can have ad libs from my life. I don't know. I'm still trying to build this I am building this plane as I fly. But anyways, that's all I really have for you guys today. I want you guys to stay happy and stay optimistic. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, these moments, I take it all in because I really would be here talking to myself. But you guys, like I said, stay happy, stay optimistic. And we'll be back here tomorrow covering another topic. And then once we're able to, I don't know what we're going to be covering, but once we come back here tomorrow, the show will be on the road, and then we will be moving in the right direction. But anyways, you guys have a great evening. Tell the people you love them. And I'm out. I'm tired. I got to go do laundry, and I only got 30 more minutes until the freaking last load is closed, and I got to put this shit in the washing machine. And yeah, and the laundromat is a fucking scam, but